Hi, everybody. Sorry for my funny looking face when we came on. It was wanting to give me a lot of uh, trouble getting on live. Um, um, okay, so I'm here with cold weather tips for your pets, but I'm torturing my own at the same time. So Aurora Rose and Merida are modeling our zoo snoods, which you've seen us laugh about so many times before. They're also known as quiet hats. It does amazing things to quiet them down, unfortunately, or fortunately, if you've got a wild child, when you put it on their heads. But these are great for keeping ears warm. And so, since we are going to be talking all about cold weather tips today for your pets, I wanted to share with you these snoods and a few other things that'll help your pet in the cold weather. And I'll be real honest, we're probably cause for all of this cold weather this weekend because I scheduled this Facebook Live before I even knew that we were going to have snow today or this weekend. So I'm probably the one to blame, the reason that it's coming. But the good thing is that I planned ahead and have lots of hacks and tips for you and products to help you. So I'll take these off now so that my poor children don't have to be suffering through this whole segment with their zoo snoots on. But we love zoo snoots. They're so funny and cool. The other thing I would tell you, and my girls are modeling theirs, Aurora Rose has her Worthy Dog corduroy coat on. It's really nice and soft, fleecy on the inside. Merida has her Doggy Design fancy coat on, which is a nice wool with a nice fur trim on it. So they are all prepared for the cold weather. But I'll be real honest. If you have little dogs like mine, especially if you have dachshunds, I'm not going to lie to you. They're not going to go out in the snow or the wet or the cold. And there are some ways that you can really help them and encourage them to go outside and go potty. So I've got some hacks for you that don't even require you to purchase anything from our store that you can use with products around your house. And then a few other things just to keep your pets most comfortable in cold weather. So we know when there's ice and snow that builds up, we use things like ice melt. And this is our Paw Thaw, which is pet safe ice melt. And why does it matter? Salt will crack and dry out and upset the pads of your dog's feet. The other thing it can do is make them bleed, and it can be pretty sharp. And so if you've got a place you want to melt, we definitely want you to use something that's safe for their paws and safe for them out when they're walking. Hi.
Hey, I looked over here and I thought it was a picture.
um, so you want to make sure that you're using something that is safe for their feet. Another thing which is really cool that we carry is called Traction Magic. Let me see if I can get this up here holding the girls. But this is lava rock, crushed lava rock. And when you put that down on top of the ice, it doesn't melt away. So it just stays put, but it forms into the ice and gives you traction on the ice. So it's another good option for you that, again, is pet safe and isn't going to hurt your pet's paws, but will also give your pet and you traction on the ice and not harm your pet's feet, or ingesting it can also really be harmful. So you really want to be careful about what they're around. Make sure when you're taking them for walks in the snow and ice that you're not taking them in places where chemicals have been put down or where salt water has been applied. You definitely don't want that. So if you are taking them places where there might be salt that's been spread, we have lots of boots and socks and all kinds of fun things. These are durable dog boots by our friends at Ultra Paws, and they've got like a real thick rubber coating so that if they're walking outside on ice, snow, hard pavement, these durable boots will help keep their feet warm, but also keep them safe. We have things like these, which are a little bit lighter weight. They're by our friends at RC Pets, and they're coated. So again, it's going to keep them dry. I wouldn't say as dry as maybe the durable boots, but if they're just going out real quick, These are really good for just a quick trip outside, and they do have the coating on them for durability. Another variety by our friends with RC Pets. And again, they have those Velcro strips that you can wrap around their legs to help keep them secured. Some dogs are not the biggest fans, so you do have to kind of train them how to use the boots and that the boots are comfortable to encourage them to wear them. So that's a bunch of different kinds of boots that we have. We have lots of different styles and varieties at those store locations. But if you're going to be taking your pet out and you know it's going to be for an extended period of time and you want to keep their feet safe, that's a great option. Now, we have a couple of other options. Oh, I thought about another one. But Paw Bomb. We have paw waxes and paw bombs. These essentially have oils and waxes in them to coat your pet's paw. And it's both to heal them. So if they do have cracks and cuts in them, it's to heal them, but it's also to help seal out the moisture and help keep them safer when you are taking them outside on the wet pavement, on the cold pavement. This is a really good idea. So we have lots of different varieties of this. This is Rad Pad by Super Snouts. So you can also use it on wounds and cuts. It's just a good salve to have on hands. And we have Scout's Honor Paw Spray. So say you go outside and you do encounter some salt and you don't want your pet coming in and licking and cleaning their feet. You can spray some of this on their feet. This is by Scout's Honor, the Paw Spray, probiotic paw spray. You can get that on their feet and wipe it off a little bit and, do a little bit of a paw wash to get all of those chemicals off their feet and keep them from licking and ingesting all of those chemicals. Another option, if you don't want to do the spray and a towel, you can do these grooming wipes. We have grooming wipes by Earth Bath and Earth Rated and Nudie. But these are all great options for wiping off all of the toxic salt and chemicals that may be outside. Another chemical that we seem to encounter more of this time of year is antifreeze, leaking out of cars and things like that. And so it's very important to keep your pets away from antifreeze because it can be very, very poisonous for your pets if they ingest it. So doing a good paw wash when you come inside from a walk, especially if you've been walking in some parking lots, that is very, very important. Yeah, Marty says she loves the Paw Bomb. It keeps her paws soft. It does keep them very soft. Kind of dishpan hands, keeps them nice and soft and keeps them from cracking. We also have like a CBD hemp balm, works very similarly. It comes in a nice like large chapstick tube. Put it right on the paws. You can also put it on their nose because when it gets cold outside, their noses sometimes crack, as do their elbows. And so it's a great place to use all over in those places that get extra dry during the winter months. Another addition to your pet's meals in the cold weather in wintertime, all of our skin gets a little drier in the wintertime. There are lots of reasons for that, but sometimes dry heat in our homes can be the cause of some skin irritation. And so ultra oil is a great oil to add to their food, to their meal. And you just do a couple pumps of this, add it to their meal, keep this in the refrigerator once it's opened so that it doesn't get rancid. But it is great. It's sardine, anchovy, and hemp seed oil, but it is a great source of omegas. And if you've watched any of our Facebook Lives, you will know that omegas don't last in kibble. So if you have a kibble-fed pet, you want to make sure that you have a source of omegas added into their diet because the omegas in their kibble are already very depleted. So you want to make sure they have an extra source of it. And ultra oil is one of our favorites. Another great tip is from our friends at Soggy Doggy Doormats. If you've ever seen these, and they're right up by the front door right now, so everybody can see them when they're walking in. This is a Soggy Doggy doormat. And putting this by the back door, the front door, wherever your pet comes and goes, will prevent slips when they get inside, because we all know they have wet paws. They're running inside because they want to get out of the cold weather. And once they hit the floor, it can be really slippery with those wet feet. So putting this there will trap the moisture, trap any dirt that they've tracked in, help trap those snowballs if you have a long-haired dog. And just in general helps them from slipping and sliding on the floor, because slipping and sliding on the floor can be really hard on their joints. It can hurt their joints, and it can pull tendons and muscles and really hurt everything. As we all know, if you've ever slipped, you know how painful that can be. So we love our friends at Soggy Doggy. I have a doormat that I put by my back door for my dogs to come and go. We have a few heated products. Our heated section has kind of gotten depleted in the mix of all of this. But our friends at K&H make heated products. And this is an orthopedic heated bed. You can plug in and get your pet some warmth. Really, really cool. This one is a plug. We also sometimes have some that are reflective heat. So if your pet lays on it, it reflects their body heat that they're losing back to them. But K&H makes a lot of different heated products. If we have something that you want to get that you don't see, we'd be happy to put it on special order for you. It's just something that has gotten quite purchased up this week, understandably so. One other, well, I have a couple more tips left for you, but one tip that you may not think about is if you have an outdoor pet, first of all, make sure that they have somewhere warm to go. If it needs to be some kind of outdoor house, say maybe you have a feral cat that you care for that can't come into your home, or you have some kind of animal who does need to go outside and have some time outside, make sure if they have a residency, like an igloo or some kind of house, that it is a couple inches off the ground. It doesn't need to be right on the ground, and it needs to have inside it cedar shavings. You don't want to put clothing of any sort. So no blankets, no fabric. You don't want anything like that, because if those get wet, they will freeze, and they really, really can cause more problems than they solve. So you want to put something in there like cedar shavings. You also want to make sure that they do not have metal bowls outside. So metal can cause, as if you've ever seen a Christmas Story, you know, tones stick to metal and when it's cold. So you want to make sure that you have something that when it gets cold is not going to hurt your animal. Things like glass and ceramic will take on that moisture and will frequently break or shatter in cold temperatures. So silicone is a great option. Our friends with West Paw have these great durable flexible bowls. So that's a good option. We also have these products from Dexis that are silicone and collapsible and little stands with them. So these are great for cold weather use as well. I do not recommend plastic, though if it's your only option, I would choose that over metal. But plastic does tend to trap bacteria, so we do not recommend plastic bowls ever. So that's what I have for you here at the store. Oh, one other thing. If you're coming in to get pet needs, you need to think about your family too. We around here frequently get ice, and we all know what ice means. It means no power. And Marty's had a bout of no power recently, so she can attest to this. But we carry candles. So when you come by, you can think about purchasing a candle so that you have some light in your home while you're without power. So we have lots of different candles. Our favorite candles are the pet house candles. So come and grab a candle while you're checking out your pet food so you can make sure you have a light source. And it'll smell really nice too. Those pet house candles are fabulous. Okay, I have 2 tips about dogs who do not like to potty or have a potty party in the snow. My pets hate wet weather, hate cold weather, and to be fair, their legs are probably shorter than the amount of snow that we're going to get. So I'm not sure I'd be running out to go potty in that either. So there are a few ways that you can create easier ways for your pet to potty in this weather. First recommendation would be to take a tarp or some kind of large, maybe moving blanket or something large like that, and put it out in your yard just at the bottom of maybe your deck steps or out of the steps where they go down into the yard. Put that blanket down, the snow falls, and when it's done falling, you can pull it back to reveal the ground. So your pet has ground to go potty on and isn't going to have to dig or step through the snow and ice in order to get to a yard patch. So that is tip number one. Meredith cannot seem to get comfortable here. That is tip number one. Another tip that kind of goes along with that, if you have a big picnic table or some kind of large table, my recommendation would be you can use that too. We have a table on our deck that we plan to utilize as kind of a shelter for our pets, and we'll put that right at the bottom of the stairs where they would exit into our backyard, and then they can run under that to go potty if they will entertain me enough to actually go outside and go potty. You know I'm talking about you. Here's another idea though. If you have a garage or an indoor space where you can set up a makeshift potty for them so that they don't have to go outside, we've got an idea for you. So this is a small version of it so that I can hold it up. But take a kiddie pool if you have a kiddie pool, or you can take an X pin if you have an X pin and line it with pee pads. So you can see I've taken this little tiny pool and lined it with pee pads. And my plan will be to put that in my garage, put my dogs out in the garage, and let them use that as an indoor potty area that they can use while it is snowing and cold and nasty outside. So they don't even have to go outside to have a place that they can go potty. But the pool makes it nice and easy because it makes it to where they have a space. And sometimes with pee pads, they'll leak off the pee pad or pee on a corner or something like that. This puts them in an area that is completely lined with pee pads, so the accident run over isn't going to happen. So when I say we have pee pads, we have plenty of pee pads. And this pee pad container is $49.99. This is by Home Guard. This is 150 pack of pee pads. We have a stack of these here at the Battleground location that we have stacked up at front, and I have marked them 30% off. So if you are in need of pee pads to make your indoor potties and to get you through this weekend, you need to come by here and pick up a pack of pee pads and make your indoor potty for your pets so that they don't have to go outside and pee in the cold. Right, Merida? But those are some hacks for you. We'd love if you've got other hacks to share with us or other products that you recommend for your pets during the cold weather. We would love for you to share them with us in the comments so that others can read them. We have full stock of coats here, raincoats. We have nice cargo coats that are insulated but also water resistant. So we have lots of different coats for your pets to keep them warm in the midst of all of this. And if it's not enough that we're expecting really nasty weather this weekend, we are also looking forward to next week and having more nasty weather. So it's coming for us regardless. I think it's going to get us either way. But make sure your pets are inside. If it's too cold for you outside, it's too cold for them. And I know Merida and I are looking forward to a day spent in front of the fireplace on Sunday. Yeah, I know, watching the snow fall. Seems like it's been for forever since we've had snow. So I know many of you are excited to see it again. Not my favorite time, but we will take it in stride and enjoy it while we can. And you guys all stay safe. We will definitely be open tomorrow and delivering as much as we possibly can tomorrow ahead of the weather. If you have an auto order in for Sunday, it's going to get delivered to you tomorrow. And we will likely be closed on Sunday, though you want to stay tuned to our social media for confirmation of that. But I imagine if it is going to be bad weather, I'm not going to risk the lives of my employees to get up to the store for bad weather. So they will likely stay home on Sunday, but I want you to check in on our social media and follow us, and we'll give you a heads up whether or not we'll be open. So please stay safe, guys. Have a great weekend. Enjoy the snow. Build a snowman. Share pictures of your pets in the snow with us. We'd love to see them. You guys have a great weekend.